nice pilot. No, I think I can figure that one out on my own.
Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis. Top Gun.
I'm feeling the need for speed. Yours truly, Brevin Thompson, is back to continue 80s May with Top Gun. When you think about films from the 80s, they're mostly huge in pop culture. You think of Indiana Jones, you think of Aliens, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Die Hard, and Predator. When it comes to Top Gun, it would definitely be up there on that list because this is so important to so many people. I mean, especially if you're a Tom Cruise fan. This film is by no means perfect or anything. I do like it though, and this is a film that's definitely a product of its time, and it is so 80s, and that's one of the few reasons that I love this film. The cast in this film is pretty good. Obviously, Tom Cruise is awesome as Maverick. I like how he's this Navy pilot who is trying to prove that he's as good of a pilot as his father, and I love his bromance with Goose, played by Anthony Edwards. And when it comes to his death scene in the second act of the film, it is really sad, and you definitely feel Maverick's loss, and he kind of, like, viewed Goose as, like, the brother he never had, really. Maverick also has a bit of an interesting rivalry with Iceman, who's played by Val Kilmer. I mean, at first he starts up as a bit of an asshole, but later ends up, like, being a good friend to Maverick near the end of the film. And I like that we get to see him in Top Gun Maverick, which I definitely can't wait to talk about pretty soon. Maverick's relationship with Charlie, who's played by Kelly McGillis, is pretty interesting. I like how he first meets her at a bar, but it turns out that she's actually an instructor at Top Gun. And I love how the romance plays out, especially in the scene that where you hear Berlin's Take My Breath Away, which won an Oscar and a Golden Globe for Best Original Song, which was really well-deserved. And speaking of the music of this film, I already mentioned that I really love Take My Breath Away by Berlin, and it's a really, really beautiful song. But my favorite song in the entire film is Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. That is fucking awesome. I love listening to that song. It's one of those songs from the 80s that you cannot get out of your head the second you hear it. It is just, that's how great of a song it is. The score by Harold Faltermeyer is also really good, and it's pure 80s. One tune in particular that's one of my favorites in the film is that I love that. As far as the action sequences go, they are pretty good, and they're pretty fun to watch. I mean, seeing these fighter jets go off, and you can see how beautifully shot they are, and seeing the dogfights and everything, how it's filmed, how it's sometimes in camera for the most part, that I think is pretty good. But there are some moments where where the action can be a bit dated. I mean, there are some opticals that you can see. It's almost like they're like they're in front of like a optical screen and stuff like that. And it's one of those things that kind of like dates the movie. But as a film that was a product of its time, it's acceptable at the very least. And the dogfights are definitely entertaining to watch. There's not really much I can say. After a first-time watch, I'd say that this is definitely great. If you love 80s movies, I definitely recommend this without hesitation. So I'm going to give Top Gun an A-. This is a short review, I know, but I was completely honest when I said I have never seen this film before until I recently watched it. I mean, I saw that it was on Netflix, and I watched it before checking out Top Gun Maverick, which I will be talking about pretty soon after I upload my video for Top Gun. So yeah, definitely can't wait to talk about that. So, what y'all think of Top Gun? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new films, of course, you know where to find me.